bragging, you gotta wait. Ain't no capping, I'm on a date. Money on my mind, it gotta stay. Yeah, I'm on my grind, I can't relate. Chasing dreams, yeah, there's no delay. Why you laughing? No time to play. Showing love, yeah, no need to hate. I'm on time now, I'm never late.
Okay, so let's get straight to the point. We got a Demon Slayer balance patch. Are you guys excited? I know I kinda am, because obviously my favorite character got buffed. But in terms of the overall balance patch, I do feel a little indifferent, and most of the players, most of the comp players kind of feels the same way in some ways. They made some questionable changes in the balance patches, but we're gonna get straight into it. This is finally the balance patch that we've been wanting, you know, something new, something fresh for the game, and they did change things that, you know, I can say I am happy about, and some things they buffed was very questionable. So let's get straight into the balance patch. Alright, let's start with the combat changes, which is guarding. Lengthen window during which you can guard following the animation upon activating Surge. I'm not really sure what this means. I thought it was when someone touches your guard when you surge, then they can finally block instead of being punished. I'm not really sure what that is. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments below. I didn't figure this one out. And we have the super armor. The super armor effect was difficult to see in some cases, so all characters now flash white when they have super armor. So basically, you know, when any character has any, you know, I think there's like heavy or any armored skill or whatnot, they're just going to be, you know, brighter, which is better because, I mean, I never had any problems with that, but I can see how people did have problems with that. So yeah, good change. So that was it for the overall gaming mechanics that was changed. Now we're going to the character specific changes, and this is by far obviously the most exciting part. First, we got Tanjiro. Shorten recovery time after landing when using skill 3 Whirlpool. The opponent will be knocked back further if they guard against it. Basically, it's making his, you know, guard skill more safe, which is, I guess that's okay for Tanjiro, I guess, since barely people even use him anyways. Now we have Hinokami Tanjiro, lengthen combo timer when repeating input skill 3 Phoenix Flash. So basically his guard break DP is now a yellow combo starter instead of red, which I don't know, that's a good change, I guess. I mean, it is a buff, but I don't know what HK main really wanted this. I heard there was a lot more problems with this character, but yeah, that's his buffs. Now we go to Big Nez, reduced size of hitbox of skill 2 Hill Bash, which is good. Her Hill Bash hitbox was always ridiculous. Improve ease of performing an emergency escape when being hit by an uncharged skill Flying Kick. So unsub is out of the game now, which is beautiful, perfect. Unsub was definitely one of the most cheapest thing in the game. It was the most cheapest thing in the game. It was broken. It was even banned in tournaments now, so that's good. And increased damage dealt by a charged skill 3 Flying Kick. So overall, she got, you know, 2 nerfs and a buff. I think this is fair. This is good. Now for Zenitsu, he has increased throw damage and lengthen recovery time for when it misses. So this is good because Zenitsu's grab recovery was always cracked. I would always dodge it, try to move back, water wheel or something, and he would still be able to block or parry you. So this is great. This is beautiful. This is a good change. He does more damage now in his grab, which his grab always did good damage, but yeah, this is good. This is good. Now for Inosuke, shorten recovery time when skill 3 Bull Rush lands or is guarded. The opponent will be knocked back further if they guard against it. Basically, lessen the recovery time, which people have been complaining about since the start of the game. So this is good. He's now pretty much kind of safe a little bit when he does Bull Rush on and at the end of the combo, and on guard he has, you know, it's harder to punish him now. Now we got Sakonji, improved ease of landing skill 1 A-form waterfall basin, making the second hit easier to land. I never thought this was a problem, but interesting buff. And we have his nerf, shortened time where the opponent is stunned after triggering a trap placed by skill 3, you know, the traps. The max number of traps have been reduced from 3 to 2, and the duration of traps has been shortened. Sakonji has been getting these weird nerfs ever since the game dropped. Even in the other balance patch, the first one we got, he can't do a trap after double water wheel, which, you know, I don't know, I never found that even a problem. But yeah, poor Sakonji got nerfed, even though he's barely even used, but yeah. Now we got Big Sabito, who is eating in this balance patch. Increased both movement and chase dash speed, so he's now at level 2 dash speed, so he's faster. Lengthen guard stun for skill 1 waterfall basin when used on the ground. before I think you could like push block it, I think, and then just punish him, or like he would miss, I think. I'm not really sure, I didn't use him that much. Improve ease of landing, flowing dance, making the second hit easier to land. That's also pretty good. Improved ability to lock onto opponents more easily when using flowing dance on the ground. I never thought the tracking was that bad. It was mainly his assist, but I guess, you know, like I said, I didn't use him that much. So better tracking for Sabito. He's faster. That's already good. And also shorten his recovery time when landing whirlpool on the opponent, where it'll be knocked back farther if they guard against it. So basically, if you guys see the trend here, you're making more of the DPs safer in the game, allowing for you to switch tech more and be safe when trying to make a hard read, which is interesting, to be honest. But yeah, now we move on to another character that is eating this patch, which is Makomo, who I personally love to use. Special gauge charges more easily, which is good, you know, more boost, better. Increased hitbox and damage dealt by light attacks, so she won't drop combos as often anymore. Increased throw damage, her grab damage is pretty, got more damage now, which is good. Hitboxes come out earlier for skill 1, water surface slash, which is good. Give her more hitboxes. This is what she needed the whole time. They just took forever. Skill 2, second form, water wheel, can no longer be cancelled with quick dodge when completing the entire attack without hitting the opponent or being guarded, nor it can be cancelled during the forward charge with another skill. So if you do her water wheel on someone's guard, the full animation, she won't be able to cancel anymore, which made her pretty cracked. But since she was missing so much of these things, she was inconsistent. So now that she has that, it just makes her balances out with the stuff that they're giving her, which I understand. Now we have when guarded skill, water wheel, when it hits the guard, it can now be cancelled with another skill, an aerial attack or an aerial attack, which is the plunge, which makes her do more damage now in her combos, which is great, which she always needed because she did no damage. So this is going to create more optimals. It's going to be really fun labbing this character now. It's the next one is when an aerial attack, water wheel, basically when she does it in the air, hits the opponent, it can now be canceled into another skill or an air attack. So same thing, but it's in the air, of course, not on the ground. Increase how much the special gauge charges when Makomo's lands her support skill. So this is beautiful. Now she will be able to get her boost and stuff faster, because she gained meter pretty slow, and because she did low damage, it was terrible. She wasn't a good character. This is definitely moving her quite a bit up on my tier list that I cannot wait to show you guys. Now we're here to the man, the myth, the legend, Big Giyu. You know, my favorite character. You know, they know me, man, the best Giyu in the world. This is what I've been preaching for the whole entire time. I cannot look, guys, I was so excited when I saw these buffs for Giyu. So let me start off with increased movement and chase dash. So he's now a level 2 dash speed, which I don't know why he wasn't like that in the beginning. He was a level 1 dash speed as a Hashira. Didn't make any sense. Shorter recovery time after skill 1 constant flux completes, so he can get a free dash after constant flux when you do it on the ground, which it helps. You can do the same amount of damage just for less bar. This is beautiful. Combo can now be continued with a light attack after landing water wheel, which he could already do that before, but now he could do it kind of in the air immediately. Like if you do a water wheel and then they're still like above you, you can still mash or dash, I believe, after the mash, but it doesn't really increase his damage or anything like that. But it's an interesting buff, but I'll take it. And now limping counter attack window for skill 3 dead calm. So now dead calm lasts a little bit longer, which I did notice quite a bit, and it's pretty good. But dead calm's still dead calm. It's still inconsistent. His water wheel still gets stuffed out of stuff and whatnot, but it's still, you know, like I said, Giyu is him now. He is him. I will be playing in more sets. I will be uploading more videos of Giyu, of course, so y'all stay tuned for that. Now we go to Shinobu, who also got some pretty good buffs. Special gauge charges more easily, so she gains more bar back. Increased damage dealt by skill 3 rising thrust can be canceled with quick dodge when it hits. So her poison, her guard skill can now be canceled, and she could do more damage. This gives her more optimals now, which is good. Increase how much support gauge charges when Shinobu lands her support skill. So Basically, like I said, this is giving her more optimal combos, more damage, since she didn't really do that much damage overall. But now her guard skill does more damage, and she can cancel and do even more, like another combo route. So this is beautiful for Shinobu, especially since I'm considering picking her up and putting her with Giyu. So this is great. Now we come to poor Rengoku. Like I said, I've been preaching in all my videos, this character needs a buff, massive buffs. He's just not a good character, and the only thing they gave him was increased throw damage. His grab was already slow, and the recovery is still terrible. So I'm not really sure what they was thinking about by just giving him this. Rengoku needs a lot of help. I've already went through this in my older videos in my tier list. Yeah, this is unacceptable. I don't know why they just gave him that out of all things. I don't know, maybe they just, since Rengoku's dead in the anime, they're like, he's dead in the game, I guess. I don't know, but on to the next. For Murata, Cheer is now recovers more support gauge, so, you know, same old Murata, it's just his Cheer recovers more of a support gauge, which is, it's alright for him, I guess. Now it's time for Akaza. Akaza got some interesting nerfs, and he got a buff as well. Increased hitbox of aerial attack plunge when landing on the ground, so his plunge does, it has a bigger hitbox, which it already had a big hitbox in the beginning. But shortened combo timer for skill 1, destructive death, air type. So his air type now starts a red combo instead of a yellow combo. I'm not gonna lie, this definitely hurts Akaza way more than helps. So now, yeah, he can't really get that much off of air type, and the reason why Akaza was pretty strong mostly was because of his confirms off air type into yellow combos into like 40-50%. So yeah, this hurts Akaza, and they increased the damage dealt by collapse. A very interesting choice. I'm not really sure why they did that. So he does more damage now, basically. Interesting buffs, interesting nerfs for Akaza. He's still undeniably top 3 in the game, but I don't think he's top 1 anymore. Now we got Rui Demon skill. His murderous eye basket will now notify opponents' projectiles, excluding ultimate art startups. So basically it has more priority now. You can't just throw projectiles, like free projectiles and stuff, and like knock it out. So I mean, this is pretty good for Rui, but Rui still needed more than this, I feel like. I think he just needed a dash buff, to be honest, but that's about it. Now for Yahaba, who has taken quite the nerf, I'm not gonna lie. He's definitely shot down on a tier list after this. Shortened jump height, so he can no longer be super high in the air where you can't even touch him. So yeah, that's out the window. Increased throw damage and hitbox size, so his grab does more damage now, which is good. His grab was it did pretty low damage before. Shortened distance that Yahaba moves backwards when using aerial attack and aerial attack 2-hit combo. So yeah, basically when he's in the air, and it makes him move backwards whenever he throws light attacks or his air light attacks, basically. So now, you know, he's probably gonna have more recovery when he comes down. Shortened distance that Yahaba moves backwards when using boulder toss. So yeah, Yahaba is pretty much, he got hit hard. He's probably gonna get destroyed by the new meta that is upon us now. So yeah, Yahaba is no longer in my bottom of S tier. He's probably A tier, but we'll see. Now time for the most questionable buffs in the entire patch. Susumaru has gotten the most craziest buffs out of this patch. She never needed a buff. She was already a top tier character. She did not need to be touched. This is one character I definitely absolutely do not agree on why they even decided to buff her when she was already a good character. This shows that they don't really pay attention to the community that much, pretty much, because she was always strong. Now they made her even stronger, and might even be a ban-worthy character. So they increased the damage dealt by her light attacks. So yeah, basically she does more damage in her combos. It is now difficult to dodge homing effect on startup of spinning throw, which was already a good skill in the beginning. You can barely even dodge it when she's spamming it and close to your face. You're getting kicked every time. And reduce damage on an uncharged skill piercing kick. Sorry about that. And it's also now possible to cancel with quick dodge when blocked. So not only is it less damage, but she basically can cancel her piercing kick. We already know as a community how hard it is to deal with piercing kick in terms of dodging it because of the hitbox. and the priority it has and how fast it comes. So she can play the runaway game even more now, right? And then when she does get in with piercing kick, she can cancel it, making it you have to restart chasing her all over again. Like I said, she's easily top 1 character in the game now. Akaza has been dethroned. People did want Akaza dethroned, but not by this character. But yeah, Susumaru, top 1 character. She might even be banned the way people were talking about it. So yeah, this is Susumaru. Now we have another character that got shot down, which is Enmu, which a lot of people would complain about this character, and I totally understand why people would. A lot of the casuals didn't like fighting this character, so it was only bound to happen for him to get nerfed. His aerial attack can no longer be cancelled with quick dodge, so he can't stay in the air and throw light attacks and then move to the side anymore. So that's done. So he's getting hit out of the sky by assist. If he even dares go in the sky, he's done. Like, he's pretty much getting caught. Delayed when the hitbox comes out during throw, so his grab is slower now, which is crazy because the recovery is already bad on it, even though the range was long. So yeah, that's definitely a big nerf to him. Lengthen combo timer for Demon Skill 1 Whisper is obtained. The hitbox will also come out later, so he can no longer do any of those real resets anymore. So yeah, Enmu as a character, he's pretty much finished in terms of being a viable tournament character anymore. To be honest, when playing against him, not much has changed too much. I wasn't using the best teams to fight him, but yeah, he's still. I'll show you guys at the end of the video where I think the characters are at now based off of the changes. Of course, it'll change down the line, but yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what I think where everybody is at on the tier list at the end of this video. Now we got Yushiro, who has benefited a lot. One of the few characters that have benefited a lot from the balance patch. Increase the damage dealt by heavy attacks, which is good. Increase the damage dealt by skill 1, skill 2. Increase the damage dealt by skill 3, his guard skill, a little ultra instinct move. His counterattack window will also begin sooner, and the successful counter can no longer be parried and will easily be able to follow it with other attacks. So basically it causes a crumble. So basically, Yushiro got what everybody wanted him to get, because he was basically fodder. He was the worst character in the game, undeniably. So now this definitely moved him up. I'm not sure if it'll bounce him up a new tier, because he's still slow, but he does more damage now. So this is good for Yushiro. Now for Tengen, increased throw damage, which is good. He definitely needed that increase in damage because the recovery on it is terrible. They should have fixed that too, but we'll take this. And shorten recovery time when skill 3 rising kick does not hit the opponent. Also, the opponent will be knocked back further if they guard against it. Basically what I was saying earlier, you see a trend. They're trying to make most of these Slayer DPs kind of safe and, you know, can switch deck off of it. So yeah, these are pretty solid changes for Tengen. Now we got Awakened Ness, who I love to play with using this game. Her Frenzy Kick can now be cancelled with Quick Dodge, so she can finally combo after Frenzy Kick, when she should have been able to do that, so they're pretty late. Increased damage dealt by Demon Skill 1 Fury Slash made it easier to break opponent's guards. So basically now it just does more guard damage, and it does more damage overall, which, you know, it was already pretty good damage, but no one really used that too much. But it's definitely a good combo ender tool, and you could push block and do it too. It's also real. So yeah, this is pretty good. Will this change her too much? Not really. I personally think she should have got a faster dash speed, but this is all Awakened Nezuko got for now. Now for Blood Eye Tanjiro, Edie Tanjiro, basically increased minimum damage dealt with landing skill 3, Clear Blue Sky, part of a combo. So now it does more damage, which it already did. It did decent damage when the combo ended, but now it does more, and you know, his damage is already pretty good. So this is all for Edie Tanjiro. Now for Edie Zenitsu, another character which I didn't really agree on them buffing. Like, he was already a super strong Slayer. If anything, he needed a nerf on Lightning Burst, but he got an increased chase dash speed, so now he has a level 3 dash speed. Makes no sense to me. Increased throw damage and lift and recovery time for when it misses, basically like the other Zenitsu, which is good. Reduced damage dealt by Lightning Burst. So Lightning Burst does a little less damage now. It's nothing too crazy, but it's definitely noticeable. But giving him level 3 dash speed was definitely unnecessary. So Edie Zenitsu is, let's just say it now, he is clearly the best Slayer in the game right now, 100%, no debates. Now we go to Edie Inosuke. Made it easier to break opponent's guards when using chase dash, and increased grab damage. So more damage for Inosuke when he does his little his neutral skill into a grab reset. And I guess he does more, I guess maybe he breaks the guard sooner when he dashes it, like maybe 3 dashes or 4. I'm not really sure if it was more before or less, but yeah, I guess this is something for him, even though I still think they should have just gave him a faster dash speed, but that's just me though. Now we have Daki, who got something really small. The skill gauge begins recovering sooner after using skill 2 OB Pursuit. So basically her tilt skill, when she goes across screen, I guess she recovers her skill gauge more basically sooner, which is I guess is alright. I guess it's a buff. And last but not least, Gitaro, the skill gauge begins recovering sooner after using his tilt skill, his blood sickle slash. Basically same thing as Daki, he just recovers his skill gauge sooner, which a buff is a buff, even though they could have did a little bit more for Gitaro, because I feel like he still needs help as a character. So yeah, that's pretty much all the characters for the balance patch, and I'm going to show you guys my tier list where I think everyone is at right now without any tournaments or sets yet. This is just my opinion for right now where I think every character is. So if you look at my recent video where I did the tier list, you'll see the characters that clearly have changed. This is just my opinion right now. It's a rough draft, but I definitely need to see more. But based off of the changes that we got, this is my new tier list for right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did y'all like the balance patch? Did y'all don't like it? Let me know what y'all think. My opinion basically is it's okay. It's something new, but nothing too crazy. It's just just a regular balance patch. Nothing too crazy. I wish there was more. I wish there was more changes to characters' health, the damage they take, and etc. But I'm happy because my character got buffed the most. He got a good buff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is a very long video, but yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Left so long ago, there ain't nothing left. And your feelings now seeming so upset. Looking back now, wish we never met. In the mirror now, keep myself in check. Cause every time that I guess, living with the pain always stabbing my chest.